Okay, yes, very good. There's a lot of great ideas. Now, I'm going to do the recap. So hold on to your comments and let's go over the closing. Today, we learned about problem solving skills in our second step lessons. We looked at the pros and cons of our choices. When we make decisions, we want to look at the good and the bad, pros being good, cons being bad. When you make a decision, you should always ask the question, how does this help? Does this help me? Does it help the situation? Will anyone be hurt? Will their feelings be hurt? Is what I'm doing safe? Who am I going to influence by making these decisions? Okay, our first scenario we discussed was we see two students fighting over a tablet. Wah, wah, they're fighting. And what we agreed on was to compromise. Everybody should compromise, take turns. Some suggestions were they could share for 10 minutes each. They could make a schedule. So that's excellent. We all agreed that we can compromise, have a schedule, and decide to take turns. Our second situation was it's time to work on your assignments, but then we feel, oh, we don't want to. Well, I don't want to. And we agreed that to encourage would help us in making a decision. If we were to encourage by saying something positive, hey, if you do this, it'll make you smarter. Oh, when you finish, you can do an activity. We would encourage them by saying, try your best, or we can help them. Because in second grade, we want to be good citizens. We always want to encourage someone if they're feeling sad. We can be a strong problem solver in that way. Our next scenario was we see a student riding a bike, they fall and get hurt. Ah, ah. And we agreed we would seek help. Everyone contributed and said, oh, we have to help them. Ask them if they need help. Go to them right away. We don't laugh. We help them. We comfort them. We find an adult or we go to the nurse if we're at school. We maybe ask them if they're your parents. If we're at home or we see them playing, if you're at home, we ask, hey, where are your parents? So we can go find them. We can find them. Okay. Now, just a note, we mentioned because of COVID 19, we want to keep our distance. So, yes, we do see someone hurt, and yes, we do want to help them. But once we find their parents, we always want to make sure we keep our distance. A lot of times, when we comfort somebody who's in this situation, as long as we're standing right by them, that's enough. If someone falls and they get hurt really bad, we want to leave them there until someone trained is there to help pick them up. If they're on the ground, and they can't move, we don't want to pick them up. We want to leave them there until we call for help. And yes, on an emergency, we do call 911. Okay, we call 911. But the big thing is we seek help. We seek help. It looks like he's in pain. It looks like, maybe he was doing a trick and then he fell down on the bike. But yes, we seek help. Our next situation was a big one. This is the one that mommy and daddy and I had to talk about because this was happening every time they went to the store. So I talked to mommy and daddy, and I'm so happy we found answers. You're at the store and you want a toy, but mom and dad say no. And then this happens. But I want it. Ah. Well, we all agreed you look at the pros and cons and calm yourself. You calm yourself because you don't get things when you're angry, and you definitely don't get things if you're having a fit and whining. Because we're in second grade, we're older now. We know how to think of the pros and cons. And if mommy and daddy say no to a toy, there's a reason why. Maybe they don't have enough money. Maybe you don't deserve a toy. Maybe they're not there to buy you a toy. So, one thing we have to think about, and we all understood that, was stop whining, breathe, calm yourselves. And then at the same time, you have to think of the pros and cons. Students contributed saying, hey, look, if you want money, save money, then you can buy a toy. That was a great suggestion. The other one was stop whining, breathe, calm yourself. Because when you calm yourself, you can think clearer. You can think clearer about the pros and cons. The other one is think about something else. Think about someone else. Do you really deserve a toy? Or can you use this time for something else? You can think about something else to reflect. And when we think about something else, we reflect about things that are more important. Don't mistake what you want with what you need. You may want a toy, but do you really need a toy? No, you have to start thinking about other people, other things, and think about something else. Just because you want it, it doesn't mean you need it. Okay, let's go back to see if there's any questions. Thank you for listening.